Following the deal BKFC signed with Triller, many MMA fighters came out with their opinions about the whole ordeal, one of which was ex-UFC fighter Paige VanZant. Let's get into this and other UFC news circling the block. First up, VanZant throws shade at BKFC for selling to Triller. In combat sports right now, the former UFC fighter Paige VanZant is one of the most popular female fighters. We have seen VanZant not only in the UFC, but also in AEW. She is set to return to action soon and is currently fighting in the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. After BKFC's new deal with the entertainment company Triller, the BKFC fighter took to Instagram to share her thoughts. Recently, BKFC sold a majority stake to Triller. VanZant reshared the post on her story as soon as the deal was officially confirmed by MMA Fighting on Instagram. The story featured the image of herself at her first weigh-in at BKFC and had a song about money playing in the background. It's pretty evident that Paige believes this move was made for monetary purposes and not for the betterment of the company, as Feldman has been claiming. On an episode of the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, the founder of BKFC, David Feldman, revealed this news first. After their deal with Triller, BKFC will look to sign more fighters. Feldman revealed that he will have some exciting news for fight fans soon, as he is looking to sign some renowned fighters. Next, BKFC wants to sign Francis Ngannou. David Feldman has repeatedly expressed his interest on the MMA Hour in signing new and exciting fighters to the BKFC roster. Helwani asked Feldman whether he was looking to sign Francis Ngannou to the promotion, to which he stated that he wasn't sure that Ngannou is out of the woods, but they will definitely be making a play for him because at this stage, money is a major contributing factor to whether or not a fighter chooses to come on board, and as of now, they have the financial backing to be making massive plays like gunning for Ngannou and other big names. Joining forces are two of the biggest players for MMA free agents over recent years. In 2020, the social media company that expanded into fight promotion, Triller, acquired a majority stake in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. This means we could see bigger, more renowned fighters coming on board. Up next, Feldman explains this move. The news was revealed on Wednesday on the MMA Hour by BKFC founder David Feldman. In this statement, he went on to say the company grew to the point where they thought they could take it by themselves, that they have overcome so many obstacles as well as people constantly telling them no. They inevitably got to a point where they were pretty well accepted amongst the combat sports community, however. All they needed was a partnership that would take them to the next level in order to create more opportunities as well as increase funding and resources in order to acquire some more fighters, alongside taking care of the fighters that are already on board. He continued by saying that entering into the agreement with Triller was the best way for them to cultivate these opportunities, resources, and ultimately funding. Feldman stated that Triller will be acquiring a major stake in BKFC in order for them to vie for being the #1 combat sports organization. He reiterated that BKFC will remain as is and will be self-sustained in terms of operations, so nothing is really going to change per se. All that's going to happen is an increased influx of assets, resources, and far more opportunities for the company and its fighters. Why are the companies a good fit? The Philadelphia-based company founded in 2018, BKFC became the first promotion to hold sanctioned bare knuckle boxing events in the United States since 1889. Since its inception, the organization has signed a host of notable names from the worlds of both boxing and MMA, including the likes of Paige VanZant, Chad Mendez, Beck Rawlings, Paulie Malignaggi, Artem Lobov, Chris Lieben, and more. The organization has held around 27 events thus far. On February 19th, BKFC Knucklemania 2 featured the bare knuckle boxing debut of UFC veteran Mike Perry in its latest event. Likewise, since debuting back in November 2020 in the combat sports space with a pay-per-view event headlined by an exhibition fight between boxing legends Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., Triller has approached the fight game in its own unique way, as well as boxing bouts featuring former UFC champions Anderson Silva, Vitor Belfort, Tito Ortiz, and former boxing heavyweight title holder Evander Holyfield. The organization has promoted 2 Jake Paul fights in the meantime. Triller Triad Combat is a mixed rules event that Triller debuted, which was headlined as a boxing versus MMA matchup between Kubrat Pulev and Frank Mir in late 2021. Now, in other UFC news, Aspinall over the moon being a heavyweight secret. There's no doubt that the heavyweight contender is now a fan favorite in his own right, even though Tom Aspinall was flying slightly under the radar through the UFC London Fight Week by taking his opponent down and tapping him to a sneaky straight armbar just 3 minutes and 45 seconds into the first round. He absolutely crushed the typically durable Volkov. An uber-relaxed and confident Aspinall basked in his victory and all the attention it earned him after the bout at the post-fight press conference. He stated that it couldn't have gone any better, and it was an ideal performance that he truly thought would last 5 rounds, but he is over the moon to accept a submission win over a 5-round fight any day, getting Volkov, who's been finished twice in 45 5 fights out of there in the first round just shows credit to his finishing ability. To him, it is the highest of the high level. Trapping his opponents in half guard ensures they won't move, and that is his favorite, as his father drilled that into him as a fighter for years on end. However, knocking people out tops his list. Aspinall went on to say that he loves that he is a somewhat of a mystery within the heavyweight division of MMA. He doesn't really show it off. People don't truly know him in essence, nor do they have any idea what they are up against. He enjoys the feeling of blindsiding his opponents. Aspinall says it was all positive when asked about fighting in front of fans for the first time in his UFC career. To him, it was unbelievable, a dream come true. He completely shut down all the social media propaganda, claiming he would feel the pressure and whatnot via his performance in the cage. He claimed that he's built differently from other people who may feel the pressure. Next, the current UFC president believes only one person can dethrone him. Without its president, Dana White, Ultimate Fighting Championship wouldn't be where it is today. It is White's mix of passion and ruthlessness which pulled the promotion out of a financial tailspin and helped turn it into the juggernaut it is today. However, whether we still need someone as foul-mouthed and brash as White running the show these days has been questioned by quite a few people. This has of course led to the question of who would replace White as the president, and unsurprisingly, Daniel Cormier's name has popped up on several occasions because of how well liked he is across the UFC roster. Moreover, during interviews on his ESPN show, Cormier has certainly proved he's willing to push UFC's narratives. White doesn't agree with the masses, however. In a recent interview with Barstool Sports, he said that even though he loves Daniel, he knows that he couldn't do it. He finds it amusing how people think they know who is most likely to replace him when the time comes, but the fact of the matter is that in reality, they do not whatsoever, because it's more about business than being a well-liked fighter. There's a formula, which is why they have been successful for so many years. Not everyone can step into his shoes and expect to execute things as successfully as he has. The one man White thinks he can fill his shoes isn't someone he's willing to disclose to the public. Even then, there are certain things Dana thinks he can do which nobody else can. However, he believes that this man can do the important things that need to get done, and that is what really matters. White demurred by saying nobody would know the man because he works behind the scenes, so even if he were to disclose to the masses who this man is, nobody would really bat an eyelash because of this fact alone. With that being said, the possibility of White being replaced right now is really far-fetched, considering the fact that guys like Bob Arum continue to run his promotion empire at 90, whereas White is just 52. He's got quite a few years ahead of him. So diehard Dana fans need not worry. It is highly improbable that the current UFC president will be dethroned anytime soon. And that's all for now, folks, but we'll be back with more interesting videos. To stay informed about the sports industry, keep watching our videos. Tell us what you think of Triller acquiring a majority stake in BKFC by sounding off in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe before leaving. Signing off.